Alright, we're gonna start this a little early. So let's go and start it. What up, G's? It's your boy, Prophecy Ford. Let me fix this camera too. It's a little crooked. There we go. That's better. Today, no gaming to stuff, you know. What's I game, but you know, sometimes you gotta relax.
Lone Star, what's up, Prophet?
What's up, Lone Star? Welcome to the show, man. And just to let you guys know, I've been delaying on the mouse video. I'm almost done with the editing. It's taking me longer than I anticipated, to be honest with you. And right now I'm 3D printing some stuff, and it's not looking good on the 3D printer, man. I've been spending so much time on that damn 3D printer that it's just killing me. So today I'm gonna bring something different. See if you guys want to enjoy and maybe just talk about certain things, and just hang out. See what you guys think. Now this box is beat up, guys. You guys see it? It is beat up. So let me tell you something about this story about this box. How I got this box, you know. It's been in my possession since 1994. That is right. And since 1994 I had this box. It was my first paycheck on a new job, and I freaking spent the whole money on the stupid Predator here. Just when it came out. It was not my first job on the rodeo, but it was one of the jobs I had. It's just it was just a side job I was doing, you know. And let me stop this 3D printing. It's messing up right now. Freaking A, man. Stamp 3D printer. Ah! Cancel. Stop print. Alright, let's stop the print. It's not picking up, right? It's messing up my print. I gotta reprint the whole damn thing. Somehow it's too low to go. The plate's not hot enough or something's happening, but I gotta get this print going. So let me start it again one more time. If it doesn't work, I'll stop it completely. So anyway, sorry about that, guys. I'm doing a 3D print. I'm trying to print out some models here. So the whole thing was I was going to CSUN, my first year of CSUN, and it wasn't even a paycheck. I think it was financial aid, to be honest with you. It was a check of financial aid, and I spent it. It was expensive back then, you know. And so this thing, I remember I started doing modeling back in the days, you know, doing these models, and it's something that I always loved, but I you know, it's just one of those things that I didn't know it was gonna be this hot, and I could have kept it in the box. I actually started building it, but unfortunately I didn't get quite built very good, you know. It's not very good built. So I got to start over, and this time I got more skills. I got more things. So I went in my attic, and this box has been following me for many years. Unfortunately I have all the pieces together. Which is good because not a lot of things survive. And this is a 1994 all beat up. And I did start to build. I started like when I was a little mocoso, when I was a little kid, you know. So now I'm a man. I've always been a man. But this time I have better skills, more artistic stuff, airbrushes and stuff like that. So today we're just going to build the head. And we're going to put all the damn braids he has and all that stuff on his head. But I'm starting to build them, you know, and I painted them back in the days, and it was a sorry job. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to restart again. I'm going to clean them up. I'm going to put them together, and then I'm going to paint them. But today we're just going to put the head together. So I'm going to open it. See how old this is. Look at this. It's falling apart. It is freaking falling apart. This is probably the best thing about it. And here's the instructions. I still have the instructions, the original instructions, all right? All the pieces are still together. They're all been counted for. Every single piece has been here. It was Predator 2. Damn, that's how old it is, you know. So this, I did cut a couple pieces because I actually started building them, and I didn't do a very good job, honestly. So today we're gonna start with the braids, and if you guys notice, these things, man, they're very fragile. But I started building them, like I said, a while back. And it did break a little bit, but I was able to paste it together. See, I started coloring them back in the days, you know, thinking that, oh, you know, I'll try this my own, you know, not knowing what to do. I still tried, you know, but now that I know exactly, I'm going to repainting them again, and I'm going to put them together. But today, we're just gonna work on the braids. We're gonna work on the head and the braids. Where the hell's the head? Oh, here's the head. Look at the head. And I messed up on this one. If you guys see it, I wish I could take it back out, but I don't want to mess it up more than it is. So I'm gonna keep as it is, and I'm gonna try to hide this and sand it out, and see if we could put them together. So right now we're gonna put all, and I still have all the freaking tools I had back in the days. And I can't believe it. I even had these stupid little glasses that I used to have to focus. It's incredible how I kept this stuff. Not a lot of people keep a lot of stuff, especially like me, moving from house to house back in the days, you know, apartment to apartment. I actually kept this thing together. So we're going to put this down here. Oh yeah, there is a loose braid in here that I got to get that I didn't lose, which is good because it's right here. Because that would have been probably a disaster, but not really, because now with 3D printing, you're able to go back and reshape it and redo history again. I mean, that's one thing I do like about 3D printers. Right now, in fact, you'll hear in my background, you know, let me see if I can put a camera on it, you know, you see it? Let me see if I could do that. There it is. It's printing right now. I'm doing a figure right now. I'm trying to get braces on the system first, and then I'm gonna start printing more these figurines. But, you know, instead of spending money now these days, I'm going to concentrate more on building my own stuff. You know, I was like, why am I spending money now? You have a 3D printer. It's much cheaper and inexpensive. Right now, what I'm doing, I'm trying to refine the printer. I'm trying to make it a little bit better. But today, we're going to work on this Predator. And we're going to use the instructions because, you know, I don't want to F this up, guys. I don't want to F this up. So, and it's crazy. Look at back in the days, you know, black and white, simple. 1994. This was issued in 1994. That's a long time, man. I'm talking about a couple years, you know. Back when I was a young lad, I would say, you know. So today we're gonna start with the Predator. We're gonna start with the braids in the bottom first, and we're gonna go with the number. It starts with 1, 2, and they have little circles that you could work as guidelines, but unfortunately, I painted it, some of it, and it looks ugly. It looks freaking ugly. I painted it. I did a sorry job. This is not my best work, to be honest with you. This is right when I started in getting into my artistic ways. And today we're just gonna, if you guys have any questions or anything, if you guys don't like it, I'm just gonna chill here and relax today and enjoy it and see what we could get out of it, you know. If you have any questions on upcoming things that are coming up, and I am gonna push for that video. Most likely I'm gonna push it tomorrow. I've been very hard working on the video right now, and it's coming along, but it's not what it's just like I'm trying to put it together. And when you're trying to work, do your life, and then editing, it's just not the same, you know. It's not easy. So right now I'm gonna concentrate on a couple things that I got to do first. So we're gonna go ahead and cut these things out and make sure, and you know, I do sand them out once in a while, but today I'm gonna sand them after, maybe, because I don't want to mess this up, and I want to make sure it's nice and clean too. I do not want to mess it up too, because it's probably valued now. I have not valued the stuff, so I don't really go into details how much I spend, because back then I probably spent like 20 bucks, 30 bucks on this, you know. Today in the market, they're expensive, these things, you know, and especially if it comes out like to something that's old. I actually have a model that's worth over almost $1,000, man. And it's a Millennium Falcon. It's the Star Wars version of it, and it's a huge sucker. It is like huge. So maybe we'll probably build that sucker here in live. You know, I was gonna sell it on eBay and do all sorts of things, but in reality, I don't want other people to enjoy it. I want to enjoy myself, and then, you know, I'm getting to the age that, you know, maybe this is gonna be a part-time hobby. I've been doing modeling for quite a while already. Did not get really good until I started getting to the colors and paintings and stuff like that. So I actually got really good at it, and I actually started making my own clay figures too a while back too, and I made my own Predator before too, and that's how you got into it. Like I said, I'm into fiction, comic book stuff, and all that stuff. You know, that's me, big old freaking Mexican nerd. You know, so, and I'm trying to get better at it, but as we get older, you know, our eyes are not the same. You know, kids, all sorts of things come in hand. So right now we're just gonna paste it together, and we're gonna follow the steps. So I'm gonna go in number 1 first. Number 1 is, it should be way back here. And I know you guys probably heard a bunch of things happening right now in the world, and you know, it's one of those things that we got to make sure that we watch out for each other. So tomorrow I believe they're gonna have a one of those announcements to their phones. So keep an eye on it, and it should be coming down where they're gonna send a national message to everybody, like an emergency message. Just be sure that you know it's working on your phone, because I guess the world's becoming more of a disaster zone now these days. Now that we have a lot of like natural disasters, I would say, you know. So before I figure this one out, I want to figure out exactly how we're gonna put his hair. And there's a couple of options they give you here. They fold his hair in and out, but in reality, I'm not quite sure how I'm gonna twist them. And some of these, they're just dangling in different directions. He pretty much.
Hypebot at Spackwoods_ents is now following.
Oh man, thank you very much for following, man. I appreciate you guys, you know, coming to the show and following us, man. Much love, man, out there. Thank you. So some of these disasters are happening these days. It's just like you got to make sure that you guys know where everybody's at in a time of matter, especially right now when the planet's falling apart. You know, there's probably there's. Oh, thank you, brother. Thank you for following us, man. Thank you for following us to late to the show. And like I said, if you guys are first time viewers here in the show, I do it all about gaming, all about you know, comic books, VR, 3D printing. I'm actually doing a 3D print. Let me focus here on the 3D print too. And we're doing all sorts of little things, you know. And if you guys see my show, I primarily stream on YouTube, but I started hitting other venues, of course, you know. And in YouTube right now, I've been hitting a bunch of videos right now. I have almost over 500 videos, I would say, you know, on YouTube. And but the thing is, it's getting harder to stream because a lot of things are happening, like I said, you know. And today I'm just gonna focus on making sure I get this Predator up and running and fixing him up, because he's falling apart. Since 1994, this Predator, man. It's an old Predator, like I said. It's been with me. Oh shoot! I passed too much glue. It's been with me for many years, of course, you know. And it's one of the things that I really loved. I carried it with me. I am surprised I still have them, to be honest with you. I'm still, you know, since 1994 to have something like this, is just, I'm still shocked, to be honest with you. When I found them, I was like, shoot, I totally forgot about this character. I forgot I had this model, you know. And it's just one of those things that I do carry with me. And I actually, I was looking for my yearbook, high school yearbook. And I wasn't able to find it, but I found a bunch of treasures. And I went to my mom's house. That's how I found these things, you know. And I'm surprised it was still intact. And it was still, you know what, this thing's not going to act. This glue sucks. For modeling glue, it's really sucks. You got to hold it for a while and before it dries up. And dude, if you ever work with models, plastics, these are fragile. Especially the older they are, the more fragile they get, you know. So right now we're gonna try to see if we could twist all the heads and all the. We can always take them off too, which is a good thing. On the cement, it's very simple to remove. So right now, if I don't like the shape of the
Spackwoods_ents, where you from, brother?
From Cali, brother. California. Cali. We're here in California. If you guys, like I said, it's your first time, check out my show. I stream a lot through YouTube. I got a lot of channels. We built a lot of computers. We built a lot of mods, a lot of 3D printing, a lot of construction, stuff like this. And I'm starting to do more of this stuff, of course, you know. And I do go to a lot of trade shows. I go to a lot of Comic Cons. You know, I do a lot of E3s. This year, if you guys are not familiar, E3's coming in. And they canceled one thing that was done this year, so they're not gonna have the PlayStation Experience. It's been canceled. That's not gonna happen. News was given that it's not gonna happen this year. So if you guys are familiar with PlayStation Experience, it's not gonna happen. They canceled it. I think it's because the lack of a lot of games on their end, and a lot of publishers didn't want to volunteer their times to come on and show off their new stuff. And they're going to be busy this year with PlayStation's going to be busy. If you guys don't know, but they're coming out with PlayStation 5 in the summer of next year of 2019. So that to me tells me that they're more concentrated on the next generation and the next PS3, PS5 experience or whatever in 2019. They will have one. I bet you they are, just so they can announce it. But right now, everything's been hold on their end, and they're not pushing it out. They're not doing anything else. So people are a little disappointed. You know what? That show sucks, to be honest with you. I actually went to it. I wasted my money on it. There was so much crap in there that it wasn't worth it. You know, the only thing I went for is because they had great setups, you know, on their lots. For example, when you walk The Last of Us, they had a whole set with zombies and all sorts of crap, and it was just really cool, you know. I really enjoyed that. This year E3 was not the best. It was also bad too. E3, I concentrated. It took maybe half of the stage on the main stage. Fortnite took over, and they had awesome stuff on Fortnite, but you know, I want
Spackwoods_Rents. They're pushing their systems too much.
They are pushing the systems too much. And one thing I don't like about it is that a lot of these things that they're pushing is for money, man. And then the new PlayStation 5, you're not gonna buy any CDs or any DVDs or anything like that. You're gonna have to download your content. So that's going to shut off a lot of those GameStops. It's going to shut off a lot of these third parties that are selling. You're not going to be able to sell your content over on used items or anything like that. It's all going to be based on hardware. So the new hardware that they're talking about, it's going to have 2 terabytes of space. Supposedly, this is only things I've been reading about it. 2 terabytes of space. It's gonna have maybe the new generation of it's not gonna be an NVIDIA still. They're going with the ATI card. In fact, ATI has a lot of things hidden. There, if you're not familiar with the ATI cards, it's pretty much it's a Radeon card. That's all it is, you know. And it's owned by AMD.
Gamers Union. Hey,
what's going on, the Gamers Union? Welcome to the show. So a lot of these things, the PlayStation.
Spackwoods_Rents. Too much coming out to quick and kill people that don't have credit cards.
Yeah, that's true. 100% true, man. If you guys can't afford it, and that's the thing. A lot of people out there that are kids, you know, and
Gamers Union. My chat was hating on my stream today.
Yeah, it happens a lot, brother. It happens in chats, man. And I'm gonna get you guys know a little warning. We had a couple guests here that started crapping out here, so if I shut the audio out, it's because somebody's gonna kill it for us, you know. I hope that I will never shut the audio down, but I mean, it's becoming a problem where people are not respecting other people, or you guys, you know, I know you guys that come here often don't say the things, but there's people out there in the world that are they're just hating, you know, and it happens everywhere, and it happens with those that are just, you know, that are starting out. And I started out and I started opening this chat line so you could hear you guys, your questions and anything you guys have to ask. If you guys have any comments or anything like that, and you know, you're fine. If you have promotions, I'm open for you guys to do whatever your promos, your channels and stuff like that. I'm okay with it, because you know what? I'm
Gamers Union. Yeah, because they want the V-Bucks.
Yeah, they want the V-Bucks. Everybody wants the V-Bucks, but you know what? If you can't afford it, you're starting on a channel, and you just can't give them the stuff, you know. I'm not going to start promoting my stuff right now, but I am going to promote. I'm going to throw a little promotion right now. I'm hoping that I'll have the video done by tomorrow.
Spackwoods_Rents. The world's going to hell in a handbasket.
It is. I mean, unfortunately, it is. You know, I hope not, you know, but just pray for the best, you know. Pray that everything's going to be good. And, you know, if you're a religious guy, then you should...
Gamers Union. I try to ignore it.
Yeah, but you know what? Let me tell you this. You need those people. You need the haters in the world. You need them. You freaking need them. You need them. I'll tell you why. They're the people that motivate you, that get you up in the morning. They're the people that actually make you do things. You know, there's 3 types of people in the world. You know them? People that make things happen, people that see things happen, and those are
Gamers
people are
Union,
saying, what the hell happened, you know? So you got to make sure, which one are you? Which one are you? You know, that's what you got to question yourself. Which one are you, you know? And don't focus on the hate, you know? Forget about that, you know? My opinion is, don't focus on that. And if you keep focusing on that, it's gonna grow on you, and it's just like, you know, just let it go. You're gonna hit those guys once in a while. I blow up too, you know. I do blow up. We all have our bad days, you know, and but most likely I have better days than others, you know. And I wake up in the morning. I thank God I'm waking up, and that's it. That's all you gotta do. I told you, when you're starting a channel, it's not gonna be easy, brother. It's not gonna be easy. None of this was easy. None of this was, you know, it's free. It all comes with a price, you know. Every single thing you do in the world.
_Rents. I served 8.5 years for this country, and I get more pissed every day.
You know what? Let me tell you something, brother. I'm gonna tell you a true story about veterans here, man. I hired 2 veterans in my job. I personally hire veterans for one reason. They're the hardest workers that I ever worked with, you know?
Because I don't have Nightbots yet.
Well, don't worry about them, man. The Nightbots, man. You don't need to have them. But let me tell you something about veterans, man. I personally have family members that are all a bunch of veterans, but they're the hardest workers that you ever hire. If you ever were looking for somebody to hire a veteran, man. I hired 2 veterans, and they're the best workers I have in my job, to be honest with you. And those guys are down to earth. They're the guys that, if they're good in the military, they're good in the civilian world.
_Rents. You're damn straight.
Yeah. They're like I said, they're good in the military. What's good for the government is good for you. Let me tell you something about military now. Back in the days, they couldn't pay you to go to the military. They were like, you know what? They were paying you. They were actually begging you to go to the military. It's different now these days. Don't think that you just walk in. You got to earn your way in there now. Now they have a venting area where they actually give you, in fact, my brother-in-law that joined the military, he's in the Marines right now currently. He's serving in Hawaii. He waited a year just to get in the Marines. I mean, that was absurd back then. When I was there, it's like they were like begging me to go. Come on, come here. You know, it is an honor to actually get into it now. You know, it's just, it's different. Times are different. You don't just walk in and say one day you wake up after high school and say, you know what, I got my backup plan, the Marines. No, it's not like that no more. You got to earn your way, brother. Everybody that's in there, I give you guys credit for earning your way in there and becoming and serving. Those guys are the backbone of the country. Honestly.
Gamers Union. I'm in FJRCRN.
And every time I see that, I was like, man, I am super shocked how the country changed, you know, in different ways. And dude, I'm all hats on you, man, brother. Thank you guys for serving us and helping us out and making this possible. You guys are watching on YouTube. When in America can you do this? You know, where? Just here in the United States, you know, everywhere in the US. Where in other countries you can do something like that without looking at over your back or seeing your neighbor, what you're saying in the chat or what you're viewing, or your government watching exactly word by word what you're doing. Nowhere but in America, dude.
_Rents. You gotta work your ass off.
Exactly. You gotta work your ass off in everything you guys do. I mean, that's why I'm super soaked every time, you know, I wake up in the morning. Thank you, brothers. You know, those guys that serve, they are saving the world, literally saving the world, dude. Those guys are our backbones, and I appreciate every single one of you guys, man. In fact, you know, like I said, back in the days when I was in high school, when I was being recruited, I did not serve. Honestly. I took the college approach. There was no wars to be fought during the time I was there. There was no crisis, you know, during the time.
Gamers Union. Lakers playing RN.
Yeah, during the time there was no crisis, but you know, honestly, after 9/11, I thought about it.
_Rents. The US government, I hate to say, but it's becoming a joke.
It is, you know, and I'm not too concerned about it right now because I think there's hope. There's hope. As long as there's people in the world that question things, there's hope. You can't do anything about it until somebody else comes in, you know. If it's a president, you go against his guidance, you know. But there's people in the world that are watching out for you. In fact, you know, they were going to throw the 25th Amendment for Trump because somebody that didn't think he was doing the right job.
_Rents. It's all about money now.
It is. Everything you do, it's about money. Now,
an important thing that if you ever work in the government, you never get nothing cheap. Everything's double the price. Buying even a toilet paper will be expensive. And it's the thing is that the government has no control over that stuff. They go with the civilian crowds. They charge. They don't know how to save money. They know how to spend money. They don't know how to save money. But I don't want to get too political in here because I have both sides of the table on politics. And one thing I don't like to talk about too much of politics, religion, and other stuff that I won't even mention because sometimes you could get into trouble in different ways. And like I said, I have respect to all military guys, all military people, women. And in fact, I have a couple souvenirs from Iraq. And I could show you guys a couple things I have that people have brought back for me. It's really cool, man. I didn't expect souvenirs, but it's one of those things that, you know, you thank God that it didn't happen here. Like I said, you wake up every morning. You're blessed to wake up in the mornings because of someone like giving their lives for us, you know. And I don't question anything. Anytime somebody does anything for the veterans, man, I'm all for it. In fact, I do volunteer a lot, and I'm trying to help people as much as I can. And like I said, I hired two great military people, right? Not from the same, all right? One's an Army, one's Marine, so two great personnel, man. And like I said, they're treated well, and they're the hardest workers I ever had, man. Honestly, those guys, you tell them, they do it. They don't question it. And of course, you know, there's people in the world that are just slacking in. They don't like, I need more money. I need more of this, no more of that. And it's just like, it's ridiculous the way they work these days. You know, it's like everything's about money. You're right. A lot of things about money. But, you know, they don't realize that it's not easy. Man, this Predator's coming out pretty neat. Look at that. Look at that face. That's pretty cool, huh? All the braids are coming out. We're talking about a lot of braids. Imagine this, man. I had this sucker sitting in my cabin since 1994, and the box is literally falling apart. It's a 1994 model. I even painted it back then when I was sorry ass little painter, you know. If you guys ever buy models like this, they're very relaxing, you know. If you guys ever have any problems or anything like that, you know, just find yourself a little corner and just do this stuff. And sorry about the noise, guys. The noise is, like I said, it's my 3D printer. I'm actually printing out some parts right now that I need. And like I said, I need to modify stuff. I print stuff all the time. I solder things together. I put things, and I got a surprise coming, man. A new project I'm starting, man. I want to tell you, I'm so excited. I'm so stoked about things that I don't like to brag about them to you guys until I surprise the show. And you guys, you know, you guys been watching me once in a while when I bring stuff in, and once in a while I do bring some surprises in here. So I got a new project coming up that I started the process already, and the whole process is about, you know, me setting up a whole new unit, and I'm gonna show you exactly what I'm gonna do, so you guys probably could do the same thing. And if you ever want to spend money, I'm trying to try to save you money, all right, on a lot of stuff. So any kind of computer you're going to buy in the future, or any hardware or video cards, I'm going to tell you right now, don't waste your money on RTX 2080. Don't waste your money on it, all right? It's equivalent, the same speed as a 1080 Ti almost, you know? Other than there's a couple of things that you can do, but don't spend your money on the 2080 RX 2080. Don't spend your money. Trust me, man. The 1080 Ti is going to be cheaper. It's a cheaper card. And on top of that, you save yourself a couple $100, you know. So make sure that you if you're going to buy a video card, go that direction. Now if you're going to spend big bucks and spend almost $1,000 on the machine, that the 1080 the 2080 Ti, then I will say, hey, go ahead and spend it, because that card is pretty beefed up. But the price that you're paying for that card, it's a little pricey. It's unaffordable right now, you know. It's like I'm waiting for prices to drop, but they're not going to drop anytime soon. They're going to be a little expensive for a bit, and I'm going to try to wait a little bit before I spend my money on a video card, because the games are not out there, you know, not even the drivers themselves. So I'm going to wait for that to come out. And a lot of these drivers are getting pushed out a little behind because the games are coming out before the drivers, of course, everywhere. You know, everybody could see that, especially when they announced that the new race system was going to be available. And then it was only be available on one game, which is Tomb Raider. It wasn't even ready. I mean, people had to wait for the driver, and it's still not ready. It's still not running 100% on the driver. So it's very upsetting that people have spent the money and they're not ready. So my suggestion is just wait maybe a couple months before you decide to buy a video card. And I'll tell you a secret right now. A really good secret is you buy them in the bundle. And you might spend a little bit more, but you get a computer out of it. So they have these great deals when you go online. You buy a whole freaking computer for $2,000, $2,000 with the video card. You know, the video card's $1,000, so you're probably paying $1,000 for the computer. But the computer is a badass computer. They don't give you just any cheap computer. They give you a really good one. You know, and that's what I'm probably gonna do. Just buy it in a bundle. Wait for a good computer to come out, and wait for it and see if I could come out with it. But that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna buy a bundle computer and go along with that, because I see a lot of great deals coming out this year, and I'm soaked about them. You know, I saw a couple of views on Newegg. Always has some great stuff, but they're unaffordable. You know, Amazon has some great deals, but you never know what you're gonna get because they're selling third-party equipment, third-party stuff, and it's hard from Amazon to find out. I do recommend you read the reviews, because some of the reviews in there are really shady, man. It seems like the people themselves are doing the review, the company that sells the stuff. So my recommendation is sometimes wait for some real reviews and sort them out. Sort them out. What you want, ugly dog? My dog's here. What you want, ugly? You want to come on camera? Come here. Come here. Come here, right here. This guy wants to be in camera. Come here. Come here. Let me see if yeah, he's right here. All right, you can leave now. Don't drop any of my shit, man. Damn, dog. Sorry about that, guys. Anyways, I'm trying to finish this out today. I'm going to see if I could get some of it done. At least go all around here before I start commence the other side. I'm going to make them a little while on the things, but I got to make sure that they're moving up a little bit, because I have to settle him down on the body. And the body itself, I got to fix this part up. It's crooked. I did a horrible job as a kid, man. I remember this. There's still some stuff that needs to be fixed. I need to fix his tooth. A couple of things I'm going to do here, but I am going to fix them up. I'm going to put them together. I'm going to see if I'm going to try to open them apart, but without breaking them. And it's going to be hard, but in this time, I'm just going to try to see if I could glue these things together, get it working at least, get it nice and clean, and then we move on to the next one. And you probably won't see the ending of it until I bring it here, and maybe I'll paint it here live so you guys can see some of my skills on the painting part, on the painting job. I like to paint these things. I mean, like I said, I was an artist to begin with. I was a graphic designer in college. I worked on this stuff for a long time. As a graphic designer, you get into all sorts of medias, you know, and you become good at what you do. You know, some of the designs I'm doing, I'm trying to do are shirts, and try to do something fun and different. But I got great ideas, but I don't sometimes react to them. You know, it takes me a while to react to them. I wait for somebody else, and then I say, man, that was my idea, you know. But the thing is, I got to get off my ass and start doing that stuff. But because I am so overwhelmed with stuff sometimes that you don't have time. I'm going to play Ring of Elysium later on, and see if you guys want to join me on that one. It's part of, if you guys want to join the view, it's up to you guys. That game is pretty fun. I actually enjoy that one better than PUBG, to be honest with you. PUBG is just, I like it, but then it's just like, it's not me no more. I don't know how to play it sometimes, you know. I forget, and I'm trying to get good at it, but you got to practice. If you don't practice every day, you're not going to be good every day, you know. So I got to keep going on that one. Now, I had a problem with one of my routers. So like I said, I paid for the 400 kilobytes per second here. Megabytes per second, I'm sorry, getting kilobytes. Megabytes per second on my cable internet. and it wasn't going at 400. But right now, when I did a test on this computer, it jammed for 400, man. I'm like, it's probably just my computer inside slowing. Something's probably slowing it down. So I'm going to go check it out later on. Maybe it's just my system, you know? But I hate to say it, you know, I'm a technical guy, but it got me stumped on this one, man. I'm like, damn, what am I doing? And you know what? I think I found the secret. I think this router is better than the other one. I have 2 routers in here, and they're both wireless. And right now I'm running at 400 megabytes per second, which is really quick, you know. So, and like I said, I'm just going to chill today, do this, and play later on in the games, later on the night, and see if I could get it done, at least today, some of the Predators here. I'm doing one section at a time, and it's not easy. I'm gonna clean it up later on. I'm gonna come back and take out all this color. I'm gonna fill in the blanks, make sure I could get it all nice and even so I can mount them in there, repaint the whole thing, I mean, it's gonna be a tough little situation here where I have to do, but it's worth it. And I like to paint them when they're ready. It's harder. It makes it more of a challenging. But we're killing them. We're killing them. Every single little braid that I'm putting in there, it's coming along. And I'm trying to clean up as much as I can. But like I said, I'm not perfect. And it's not easy to do this. And I can't find this model anywhere right now. I did find it at eBay. You know what? How much is it? I'm not quite sure. But there was a bid, that's why. And there, it's hard to tell how much it costs. Because everybody, you know, after a while, they want a lot of stuff. I don't know if you guys ever put stuff on eBay, but I put stuff like shoes in there. Nikes, the Jordans are expensive. People are buying them. So I say, you know what? I don't need this crap. You know, I got some old Jordans that I was about to throw away. Your old shit, somebody's new shit. That's how it works, man. So what's new out there? How's life for everybody? Everybody's good? You guys are enjoying your days out there? I mean, there's a storm coming here in California. Yeah, wow, big deal. When you guys get the big weather out there, it's just a big thing for us, but because we don't get that much rain out here. Let me see. I'm in what number is this? Number 5. Number 6. Number 6 goes in the back. Yeah, it goes right here in the back. So I gotta put it somewhere. Oh shit! Oh. See, it got it all together, so it didn't fall. That means it's a glue. So I gotta put it right here. That's a hard spot right there. There we go. Just a damp of it. Number 5. Damn, and today that 3D printer is badass. I love that 3D printer, man. I think I should, man, I have 2 of them, and I don't need the other one. I'm actually gonna give it away to my nephew or something, you know. I'm trying to get, my daughter was gonna start working on it because I want her to get more involved in this stuff, but I don't want her to print on the older one. I'm just gonna let her print here. Now buying the filament it's expensive, you know. It gets expensive. We're talking about £2 per filament. You're spending $14 on it. It will fulfill a lot of stuff. I mean, you could build a lot of things. I have a lot of little parts I built for it, but that's what it is for right now. Just the little parts. It's not a big builds. I'm not doing any big builds with it, not yet. I'm doing little stuff because I'm preparing that 3D program, the 3D system first. I'm cleaning it out first, making sure I have some components to actually adapt to it, where it's going to stabilize it even better, so the prints could come out a lot cleaner. Because right now the prints are not coming out very clean. So I'm printing out the actual corners, the ties that hold the whole system, so it won't shake too much when you're printing. So that's where I am right now, in the process of doing that right now. So I've been printing out maybe 10 parts a week. I think this is the last part of it. I have a couple of things that a couple of screws that I had to purchase for it, and now I have to do is put it together. I'm gonna do a video on that, but not on this show. I'll do it on the upgrade, because like I said, that is more of a technical computing way, you know, and this is a gaming show. This is more comics and other stuff and basic stuff like that, you know. So this is pretty good. Now I did complete a couple of things yesterday on the show. I filmed maybe for a couple hours, and I was here all day, but then the freaking mosquitoes got in here, and it was just crazy. Yeah, I gotta put number 7. And number 7 belongs in the back. Damn, it does belong in the back. So let's go over number 7. And this is number 7 here. So it looks like I am missing one of them. It's probably in the box. It's weird. I can always make one of these. These are easy to make, recreate. So, if you know how to do 3D programming or any shaping on the ZBrush or anything like that, if you ever used any kind of applications like that, it's really good. And I actually started learning a couple things, how to shape things, and I got really good at it. I actually created a couple of components that I put in Thingiverse. So if you're ever looking for like little simple stuff that you do, I have a couple of things I published there. They're not big for people, you know. It's like something that you might never use, but I find them handy. I mean, if like, for example, some handles for doors and stuff like that. I'm printing parts for Jeeps, you know. I have a Jeep, so I like the Punisher logo, man. I freaking love the Punisher logo. So I did print something like that for my Jeep, and I made some caps for my Jeep, and I freaking love them, man. And but now I gotta print some more because my nephew and my cousin saw them, and they're like, hey, I like that, I want that, can you print me up? And so I'm gonna start printing some stuff for them. I got a couple of things I can do now. I figured out how to do the slicing, which is really good. If you ever know how to do that stuff, it's not something simple, you understand. It's a learning curve, but there's so much tutorials out there that you can get and learn. Look at this stuff. This stuff is coming out pretty good. It's all tangled up crazy, you know, but that's how the way it's supposed to look. All the hair is like going wild, one direction kind of thing, which is good. Look at that. That's just the bottom portion of it. I really like it. So I'm going to airbrush this stuff. I'm going to make sure it's all nice and clean. I'm going to paint them, and then I'm going to brass them, and I'm going to fill in the blanks too. So, but this is coming out really good. I'm really impressed with them. We're already in number 8. Damn. Need like 100 of these suckers to go to make the braids. And this is probably the easiest part from it, but I didn't know how old we had these things in there, man. It was just, like I said, it's been sitting there for years, and the box has been collecting dust. And these are very soothing. You know, it's like watching the paint dry. But me not being the artist yet, it's just pretty much shaping the stuff. I got 3 models in here that I want to do, and I had them old models too. They're not new, and I've been fortunate to keep those, you know, and find those in my treasure box. Like I said, it's one of the things that I was very surprised to even that this one existed this long, because having so many little parts, and it's just amazing that it's still together. Move this a little bit to the corner. There we go. Damn, it's coming out. It's coming out slowly. A little damp of glue. It's coming out. It's coming out slowly. You know, I got nothing to do today but watch paint dry and glue cement, you know, because this is pretty awesome. It's pretty, like I said, it's just one of those things that it's soothing. Even watching it, you know. And if you guys have any comments, you know, I'm available. Just say what you guys want to do and what's on your mind. Say it. The forum's open for you guys just to chill and chillax today. And if you guys want more action, I will bring more action later on when we play some games or something. You know, I was debating about buying Assassin's Creed. Right, I wanted to go pick it up. Honestly, I was at the store. I was debating about it. I was in there. I looked at it, and I came out empty-handed. I don't know. What do you guys think about it? Assassin's Creed. Oh, thank you, brother, for watching, man. I got somebody watching us right now. What do you guys think about Assassin's Creed? You know, do you guys have it? Have you played it? Are you guys into that stuff? I mean, it's a good. I love the first ones. You know, the first one, but then it got a little labyrinth when they went to Egypt and all that stuff. You know, I love the way he jumps off of the certain towers in one of the games, and then you land in the haystacks. That's good. Now, this concept of him going to Greece and Greek mythology and stuff like that, it's pretty good, you know. But I don't know. I'm still debating about it, and you know, I do want to spend the money on it, but then I thought about it. It's like, should I wait for the game I'm really waiting for is Black Ops, you know, and it's around the corner too. It's gonna come out next week, and like I said, I don't want to spend too much money on something that I might not play it. To be honest with you, I might play it for the first week, but then after it's gonna go away. It's hard for me to take that and say, hey, I don't know. I debated about it. You know, maybe if it was me a couple years ago, I would buy it, but right now it's just like, I'm gonna save my money, and I don't want to spend the money because, like I said, new shit's coming out, and once the new stuff comes out, you leave it there collecting dust. I hate wasting money, man. That's the thing. It's just it hurts. And right now, I prefer spending it on stuff that I'm gonna use. Like, I'll give you an example. I lived in Virginia for a while. In Washington D.C. out there, if you guys are familiar with it, I lived out there for 4 years. I worked in many classified areas. My job was out there, and I had a good time out there. I had friends I met out there, and I started playing paintball out there. Honestly, that was me playing paintball. And for a while, I was renting the gun every day. I was renting the gun every time I went. And I say, you know what? The guns are very expensive. Paintball guns are freaking expensive, man. They're more than a real gun. That's how much they cost, you know, more than a real gun. So what I end up doing is, like I said, if I go 3 or more times to the paintball range and play, I'm gonna spend the money. I'm gonna invest my money in there. So I did, and I met a group of fellas out there that I still keep in touch with them. I mean, there were like paintball buddies out there, you know, and we had a clan out there, and we had all sorts of things, and so that's the only reason I spend the money. It's like, if you're gonna be using it constantly, that's probably when I will spend the money. But I don't know. Right now, I feel like if I spend the money on that sucker, it's gonna be one of those things that I might play for a while. Then that's it. Maybe for a week until Black Ops comes out, and it's just gonna collect dust and sit there, and I'll never pass it, never finish it, and watch other people play and watch other people pass it. That's probably what I'm gonna do if I get it. That's why I debate it. I know it's hard, you know, and not like, you know, it's not like if I made money too, you know, some of these things, they're expensive. So I'm putting my money on Black Ops, honestly. Black Ops, and I already bought Battlefield. Battlefield sold me because I'm a big Battlefield guy, so it sold me automatically. I bought Battlefield, but the demo wasn't that good. You know, it was okay, but not as good as you want it to be. You know, but I'm not giving up on that game. I bought it already, and then I got Black Ops. I have it already, so I'm like thinking to myself, maybe I should not spend more money if I'm not gonna play it, you know. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna wait and sit it down and wait for the Black Ops. Everybody, I talked to buddies today, a lot of buddies of mine, and they're like the same place. They don't even feel like playing no more. In fact, it's been empty right now. I've been watching the streams, a lot of these streams of my buddies. They haven't been on. They're like, hey, you know what? They're so depressed after they taken away the Black Ops. They've been very depressed, you could tell. Like, not depressed, but they're like, they don't want to play anything. They're like, I'm waiting for that to come out, you know? So it's very impressive what they did. I was very actually shocked that they even released the battle royale mode for Black Ops, because it's something I didn't expect. I thought you will hold that to the end, you know, but it seems like that to me tells me that they have much more cooking, and that got me excited. I'm like, hey, sign me up. You don't have to tell me more about that, you know. Yeah, the 3D printer is coming out good, but I don't think it's gonna be ready. It's right now. It's at 21% right now. The print. That means it's gonna be a while. Grab a Snickers. That's the one thing that I don't like about the printers. They take a long time to print. Some of these things take thousands of hours to print, man. In fact, I had planned to print out a Millennium Falcon. It was gonna be 1,100 hours just for one part. I'm like, damn, I don't even want to do that. So I bought something so I could just print and keep an eye on it. I bought a power system that you could shut it off remotely, and I'm gonna have a camera always streaming, not streaming, but always watching it, so I could see my prints. If it messes up, I could just power it off, and it won't burn my house down, because this thing, you know, this is dangerous. I haven't heard of any incidents happening, but you never want to be that one guy, you know. You want to make sure that that this thing actually turns off properly. And like I said, it's just like, don't want to hear my story on the news that, oh, a local streamer burned his house down because of a 3D printer. I have not heard any stories about it, but you know, they do get overheated, and they don't burn. I've never seen it burn. But like I said, I want to take my chances, you know. It's 1 in a million probably, you know, never know. I don't know. I'm not very educated on that part of it, how that system works, but heat, you know, it just translates different with different objects, so that's why I don't take my chances. Man, this one's hard to stick in here, man. And you know what? Thank you guys for sticking around, just watching this and letting me do the talk. I do a lot. Man, I freaking talk every day, man. I could talk for hours about bullshit, you know. I could bullshit my way anywhere. Nah, but I really like this. You know, like I said, you know, you don't get too much out of it other than me killing some time here with you guys and enjoying this stuff, you know. Like I say, I'm trying this out for the first time here. I've not done this in the stream for quite a while, you know, and I do want to see if it works out. You know, I don't mind if I lose subscribers or gain subscribers. I just like this stuff, and like I say, I'm gonna include stuff like this on my show. And if you guys like it, let me know. If you don't like it, you know, just let me know too what you guys think, because this is not for everybody. And it's just for those people that, you know, just want to talk and watch here, see how I work this thing out together, put it together. But what number am I? Shit, I'm in number 12. So number 12 is on the other side. Yeah, this is the last part of which is good. I'm actually really good on this stuff. It's coming out together. It's stiff enough. I'm in the last one on the bottom. I'm actually following the instructions. I don't want to mess this up this time, because I know back then you could tell I was very, very like rushing job, you know, and I wish I could take it back, but didn't know that I was gonna still have this around to fix it. It's crazy. Predator's hair, man. You know, you guys know the concept of the Predator. The first Predator that they made wasn't this Predator. So what happened was, if you guys ever follow the history of Predator, it was originally a different creature that was gonna be. But the producer and the directors didn't like it, so they ended up dropping the first Predator and going to a whole new Predator. This guy, well, it's not a guy, it's a studio, and you guys are familiar with it. They make tons of stuff, tons of movies and stuff like that. Edward Scissorhands and stuff like that. I forgot the name of the production, but it's a big production. It'll come on top of my tongue right now. I'll remember right now. But they had a month to make a character, and him and I guess the guy that got the job and some other people were in an airplane, and they were eating crab cakes or something, and suddenly one of the sketch artists started drawing some of the stuff and a napkin, and he liked the first sketch, and he was like, hey, that's it, that's gonna be the new Predator. And supposedly that's why it was born, because of crab cakes. Somebody was eating crab cakes. That is crazy. I mean, you hear stories like that. People, you know, best ideas don't always come out like when you need them, but they come out when in the rarest occasions. And right now it's coming out really good.
Lone Star, Jean-Claude Van Damme was the original Predator.
That's right. That's right. He was the original Predator. You're right, 100%. In fact, there's a footage of him that he was doing his karate crap and stuff like that, but they didn't like the Predator, and it was like he was wearing a big old red item that they didn't like his costume and all sorts of things. And you're right, 100%, man. Man, you know your shit, man. Damn, I like that, man. This guy, I like people that know their stuff, man. Man, I like that stuff because it's like, I grew up with this, you know. And like I said, I'm a big Predator fan. I got all these Predators here. I got expensive Predators. I got this one that it's Alien versus Predator. The little eggs light up. The things look very refined. I'm not sure who's the creator, but I don't think it's Todd McFarlane Toys. It's somebody else. I bought a reproduction of that through Toys R Us when they were doing like a special. I do have a couple. You know, I was very upset this time that the movie came out. They didn't have that many toys out there, and they did. They're sold out like that quick, man. And if you guys ever get a chance to buy those toys, buy them, man. They're priceless. You know, the movie might suck, but the character does it, man. It's gonna be idolized always, you know. I like how it works. The whole thing, the whole concept of a Predator is crazy. You know, it's just I'm a fictional guy. I like that kind of stuff. What can I say, you know? We're gonna start the next layer on the number 13. Damn, I'm already in 13. Shoot, I already put number 13. I can't find 13. That's the one I'm missing. I'm missing 13. So that means he must have fallen somewhere in here because I know. Oh, I just dropped some. Alright, I'm missing 2 of them. 2 of his braids. Let's put the sucker here. Broken hand. Broken hand. Helmet. Let me see. No, I guess I lost them. No matter. We're going to make one. We're going to print them out. We're going to print them out and put them together. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to print them and put them together because I want it to look good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clone one of these. If you guys want to learn how to do this stuff, I'll show you guys how to print them out. So I'll recreate one. It's not that very hard to do because this is a couple centimeters thick and it's not very difficult. So when you create an object, it's very simple on the 3D program. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to recreate. I'm missing 2 of them. 13 and 19. Unfortunately, I don't know where they are at. And I also missing just 13. So you know what? We're going to skip 13 and we'll go to 14. How's that? Let's go to 14, continue on. So 14 is right above it. Let me see. Hey, Jax. Let me make sure my dog's here. Jax. Alright, he's here. He's here. That guy, man, he doesn't run away or anything, but I just don't, you know, it's one of these I gotta keep an eye on his ass. I gotta keep him on check. Alright, so number 14 is on this side. And it's the second one we're going to start. We're missing 1, but that's fine. Yeah. We'll start number 14. Secondary one. And you know what? Sometimes you don't even need them. You could just hide it with a different one because he has so many braids. You might not even need them. You guys like Boba Fett from Star Wars? I got a big Boba Fett I gotta do, man. It's a model too. It's a 3D. It's a model that I didn't print. I actually bought it back in 1999, I think I bought it too. And if you guys are ever familiar with Golden Apple, it's a pretty big store here in California for comic books. Used to hit out to them all the time because there were always superstars out there and people coming in and out and artists and stuff like that. And in fact, I met a couple of them during the time when I was a kid, a mocoso. When yeah, I was a nerd. I was a freaking nerd. I was a jock in high school and a nerd, part-time nerd, I would say, you know. I learned how to play Dungeons and Dragons in high school. It's because I had nerd friends, to be honest with you. But I also love sports. I play football, basketball, baseball. I was into everything. But part-time nerd. Spend my weekends on colleges, to be honest with you. I used to take college courses in high school. If you guys ever are familiar with the Escalante, you know, the movie, the Stand by the Liver, it was Jaime Escalante, and he started a program in it was I think it was called Escalante program. It was a math program, and it was based out of East LA College. I was a member there. I actually attended his college, his school, his class. Never met the guy. He didn't even teach the class. It was just named after him because he became really famous after the movie. And, you know, the movie said that, hey, you know, he was a math genius. He had all these people in their class. And the whole program and the funding started because of that. But I never met the guy. Never seen him. Never. I don't know how he looked like and everything, but it was named after him. It was funny. Because it was named after him. And I remember somebody asked me, how is he? Beats the crap out of me. I don't know how he is. I never met him. I just go to the class. It was Algebra 2 I was taking. I remember that. It was an Algebra 2 in East LA College. It was in 1991 or 90. I forgot what year it was. It was a long time ago. But it's pretty cool, man. Met some great people there. Great role models there. I mean, those people are the people that helped me out. Got me out of the hood. You know, because they help you out with the college programs. They help you out with the college applications. And, you know, they live your life. They understand you. I mean, those are the people that make a difference. And I appreciate every single person out there that has helped me out. That fulfill me with all this stuff I have now because of them. It's one thing that you can never say. You can never appreciate them too much because I'll tell you this: there's no amount of money that will thank those people that helped you out in your life. So what you do is you pass it on. You know, you forward your knowledge, you forward all your stuff somehow. You help somebody out in need. You do all sorts of things. Those are the people, you know. And there's people that take it beyond a step. They join the military. They join other stuff. They volunteer, you know. Those are good people, you know. I'll be honest with you. I don't volunteer too much. But when I do, I make a big shit out of it. Look at me, I'm volunteering. But you know what? I'm just a selfish son of a bitch when I do that shit. You know. But then I think about it. It's like, damn, you know, this does make a difference, you know. I remember my best moments with these programs I used to have. That I used to spend time going Christmas caroling. I mean, that's nothing, but we used to go into these retirement homes doing these Christmas caroling. And to me, that was not big, but it was big now because I'm like, wow, those people needed somebody and they were appreciative. And sometimes I want to redo stuff like that, but it's not the same no more. People don't trust people these days, you know. You can remember a time that you used to walk to school alone, not take buses, walk for 10 miles and get there. You know, it's unheard now these days. You can't even let your kids do that no more. It's because all this stupid crime, all these stupid perverts, all these stupid things happening in the world. It's just gone to shit now. Everything's about things like that. And I'm going to tell you a story about that. You know, people are going to say, Well, it's because of the internet. It's because of the internet. Because of this. You know what? I'll tell you this. It's both. It's because of the internet we know about these perverts. It's because of the internet we know they exist. It's because of the internet we know there's people out there that were hiding for years. You know, and also the same thing. It turns people into evil people, you know, so it's a crazy shit, crazy world. Like you said, you know, it's becoming a little bit hectic in certain ways, and it's funny because we talk about it. We had a conversation the other day because one of my kids wanted to walk to school, and I'm like, you know what? I will let you walk, but your mom would not let you go anywhere. So it's kind of crazy because it's like we're growing up in different worlds, you know. You could have let back then. My mom used to just, hey, never even look for me or anything because she knows I was at the park. She knows I was playing some sports. You know, nothing was gonna happen to me. Everything was good. And now these days, you cannot have the same reaction that you had before. It's totally different now. It's like now it's like I'm gonna keep his ass on track. I'm gonna track him on with his iPhone. I'm gonna track him here. I'm gonna, you know, make sure that he's good. You know, it's just like that level of trust is gone. It's because of a lot of people that fucked it up, you know, evil people. And you know, I'm glad that they are out there so you guys can know about them and find out, you know, this Megan list that you could find people, you could do stuff, you know. It's just crazy. It's just the amount of people out there are it's dangerous. It's not, you can't trust people these days, like I said, you know. And you know, that's gone. That's going to be a generation that you and I probably have gone through it, or if you're not my age, you'll never experience it. Simple as that. You know, now these days, you know, Nintendo, internet, YouTube, indoors is the thing to do. Outdoors, it's yesterday's news. You know, the only outdoor people I see is the people that take their kids out to the fields and play soccer and do all sorts of things. That's great. You know, it is fun. I wish I had more of that, to be honest with you, on me, and do that part. But that's what we need. I think we need to change our lifestyles in a way, because back then I was 24/7. And I tell my kids, one thing I tell them the truth. I tell them, if you were to erase me at the age you are right now and me in the same age as you, I will run circles on you, you know? That's how fit you were in those days, you know? Compared to kids now these days. It's just crazy. It's absurd how these things happen, you know? Anyways, I'm going to stop the stream right now. I'm going to go indoors, let this dry up a little bit, finish a little bit more, come back tomorrow. It's turning out pretty good. Look at that. It's all nice and neat. It's all crazy, huh? The hair. I like it. It's coming out really good. We'll continue on with the build. Today I'm going to finish the last part of it, the last two of them that are in the top, and I'll call it a day. But I'm going to call the stream a day
Lone
too.
Star, later.
And I'll come back later and stream, guys. And thank you guys for joining me this hour with me. An hour and 11 minutes with me. Hope you guys appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoy this stuff. And if you guys haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And I'll see you guys in a bit. Come back later, all right? Thank you, guys. I'm out.